Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy, positive affirmations Tuesday. And of course, not be a live stream unless it was interrupted by puppies wanting their moment of fame. I hope everybody is doing really well this Tuesday. And puppy number 2. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down now. And I'm very happy to be back after a little bout with bronchitis back in the studio. And I've been busy at work, as you can see, by the mess over there. But I hope everybody is doing well. So today, I wanted to talk about courage. It's hard to come by, and it's necessary if we want to overcome obstacles in our life, right? And you don't need courage if it's not scary. So you're right when you feel scared. That's where you test your mettle, and that's how you find out how strong you are and how capable you are, and your confidence meter starts to go up and up and up. Oh, Sarah, so good to see you too. Had that little bout with bronchitis. I was gone for a while, and then I wasn't exactly sure. Hi, Natalie. I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to stream, and you know I'm not good with technology. But I really decided that YouTube was just a better fit for this group, and so that's where we're going to do it. And besides, when I do it on YouTube on Tuesdays, I get to be a TV star for a minute because I know Natalie watches me on her TV. So, right now, I am feeling better. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? So wonderful that you guys could find me because it was short notice. I didn't want to post it and then not know I was having some issues. I always have issues with technology, right? I was having some issues getting into my YouTube account. It's like all a mystery to me. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I know I missed you all too. I'm feeling much better. I took like an extra week because when you have one of these, you can, and you get bronchitis or any kind of thing with lungs or whatever, you could just get sicker. But I'm back and I feel good. I feel energized to be back, and I other than logging into the thank you. Other than logging into having some login issues, and then having to start this later than we normally do. Because normally we did it about just a little after 10 on Tuesdays. But other than that, getting into the stream was no problem. So I think this is where I'm just going to do the majority of stuff, and yeah, I think I'm going to do the majority of stuff here, including the true crime stuff on Sundays. I'll be doing that soon, and the creative visualization. So, yeah, how are all of you doing? Are you doing good? I just, last night was my first group back. I did it just the Facebook, though. I did the creative writing there, and I did the Facebook Live there, and it was so good to see everybody in chat. Yeah, you guys are all doing okay? And Happy New Year. I haven't seen you guys since last year. Well, I have to have my green tea. You missed the puppies jumping on my lap, but now they're Now they're meandering around. Everybody have a good New Year. I hope. Oh my goodness, I might have to edit this chat. I think I've got like the chat delay on wrong. Oh well. Oh well, technology and I will never be like this. We're always going to be more like in different lanes, flipping each other off. Okay. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. So, and today, just because of the kind of the syncing issues between my Google account and my YouTube account, which have to be in sync in order for me to go live, I didn't really have time to do to find a video for us to watch, but next week, okay? Yes, yes, ooh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, and the bye. Always every time, right? So, oh yes, Natalie. I know that you miss him very, 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 very much. I know that because you do a lot of posts about your brother and his passing, and so be gentle with yourself today. Be as gentle as you possibly can with yourself today, okay? He would want that. He would want you to take care of yourself, and yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe I wish I had known that, Natalie. Let me see if I can find something. You know, I'm a big fan of Khalil Gibran, and one of my favorite books by him is The Prophet, and he wrote a lot of very powerful things. I wish I had known that it was your brother's birthday today. I would have prepared something, but I can find something. So I know that you were very close to him, and he was definitely a joy and a light in your life. And to have him gone, there's a lot of sorrow and a lot of longing. And so I'll tell you what we'll do, because you guys are important to me, and it's not my group, it is our group. I'm going to read you the segment on called On Joy and Sorrow. And the premise of this book is that a prophet arrives in this city. He arrives by a ship, and he's a stranger, in this city, and all the townspeople gather around. I imagine like maybe in the town square, and he kind of gives a speech to them, and then the townspeople begin to shout out things like, well, what about marriage? Tell us, what about children? About raising children. And then he gives just all these words of wisdom about that. So all the content in the book are love, marriage, children, giving, work, joy and sorrow, stuff like that. So joy and sorrow is a good one. And when we're grieving somebody that we love very much, it is with the grief comes from a mixture of all the joy and love that we had that is now gone, and that creates that deep sorrow. So let's little side trip on our journey and see about this, okay? This is for you, Nat. This is for anybody that is struggling, okay? Then a woman said, "Speak to us of joy and sorrow." And he answered, "Your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that is giving you joy. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. Some of you say joy is greater than sorrow, and others say nay, sorrow is greater. But I say unto you, they are inseparable. Together they come, and when one sits alone with you at your board, remember that the other is asleep upon your bed. Verily you are suspended like scales between your sorrow and your joy. Only when you are empty are you at standstill and balance. When the treasure keeper lifts you to weigh his gold and silver, needs must your joy or your sorrow rise or fall. Yes, it is Khalil Gibran, the prophet. Okay, I think one of my favorite lines in that segment is when he says, your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. I really, really like you. I really like that, and I adore you, Natalie, so I hope that makes you feel better. There's another short one on pain, and it is not even close to what I just read, so I'm gonna believe that the book opens that for a reason. So it says, and a woman spoke, saying, "Tell us of pain." And he said, "Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know your pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. And you would accept the seasons of your heart, even as you have always accepted the seasons that pass over your field. And you would watch with serenity through the winters of your grief. Much of your pain is self-chosen. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. For his hand, though heavy and hard, is guided by the tender hand of the unseen. And the cup he brings you, though it burn your lips, has been fashioned of the clay which the potter has moistened with his own sacred tears. Okay. I hope that brings you some peace. That is, of course, what I want for all of you. And Khalil, yes, he, yes, genius, if you ask me. And I was first given The Prophet, that book, when I think I was 28, so many, many moons ago. And you're welcome, Natalie. And I'm not an overly religious person, and you see a book entitled The Prophet, and you're 28 years old, and you are still very reactive, and you have not yet learned to not judge a book by its cover, and because you still know everything from when you were 18. And I thought, oh, this is what happens. This is what I thought. This is what happens when somebody who doesn't know you very well gives you a book. I'm so grateful that my love of the written word dictated that I give that book a shot, because it has gotten me through some times. So yes, and a beautiful, 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 beautiful book, and not a big book, not a big book at all. And he lived, golly, I don't know if it's in here. Like, I want to say, so it was first published in 1923. So, smart guy. Yeah, I think you're right. Hello, Trisha. How are you? Happy Wednesday to you and Sarah, right? And I think you're right, Sarah. It is more of a, it's much more spiritual than it is religious. So, beautiful, 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 beautiful book. It is so nice to see you here, Trisha. So good to see all of you. Yeah. So I was telling everybody earlier that we'll try to get back next week to our regular time, where we were doing it a little more after 10 a.m. I just won't surprise anybody that I had a little problem with technology, but looks like we're back on track, and we're back in the studio, and I got over that nasty bronchitis, and I feel really good, and I hope you had a great New Year. I don't think I've even messaging you. Here we go. Would it be a live stream with me if I didn't make up at least one word? Would it? Yeah, watch out. Trisha Rondo is hiding in the corner. Observing. Anyway, I think I'm going to do the majority of all my streams here, and including the Sunday night true crime stuff. I'm going to do it here. Probably most people want to avoid that for a while. I think there's a lot of YouTube videos. Thank you. A lot of YouTube videos out there on Dorothea, but not mine. So I think I'm going to do some live streams about her. And the owners of the house, the owners of Dorothea, the new owners of Dorothea's house that we visited. right, when we went on some tours there, um, contacted me. I guess the lady doesn't get on her messenger very often. And she contacted me. She said, oh my gosh, Annette, I'm so sorry. I missed your messages. Yeah, absolutely. Um, we'd love, we'd love to talk to you and whoever's with you if you do another live stream. And so I thought, okay, looks like I'm going to have to go do another thing by the house. So I'll probably do a couple, probably make it like a three-parter, and I'll do a couple in the studio, and they're nice people from what I can see. They're nice people. So I'll probably do a couple leading up to another neighborhood, then a third, like a three-part YouTube series on her, and then I'm gonna put her to bed. I'm gonna hope she's resting in peace, far, far away, where because we know she doesn't play well with others, and I don't think that's changed in the afterlife. But the couple, I think, are lovely people, and so I thought that was nice. I thought it was very gracious, just like her when her former federal parole agent, came and did that live stream with us, right, where he was on the video call. And I thought that was wonderful. He unfortunately got brought up like a lot of bad juju for him, I guess, and so he kind of struggled with things for a while. We messaged back and forth, and so I just, out of respect for the fact that it was a little hard on him emotionally, could be some guilt there, but who could have seen that coming? But it's not for me to judge how he felt, so I probably will not include him in this next series about her. I would probably just edit some of that tour and put it on there. So yes, they are. I really like their Sarah, you're right. I really, from what I've seen, I don't know them. I mean, here we go. I've messengered Barbara, the wife, just a couple times back and forth. But what I've seen of them, I just really like their take on the house, their understanding of the interest in the house, their sense of humor, not about what happened to the victims, but their sense of humor in terms of some of their really great custom signs and stuff that are on their house and stuff like that. I really like that. So I wish I knew a little bit more about them. I might have to go back and watch a video. This is going to sound creepy. I might have to go back and watch that video that showed the inside of their house, but it like in slow motion, so I can like peep it out and see if I can take them anything, fun for my art studio. Because Barbara is an artist. She does stuff. That big Superman that's on their front porch. I don't know if you guys remember it. Barbara did that. It's not diamond glazing, but it's mosaic, like with the mosaic tiles or something, but it's like all glittery and stuff. So I hope they let me in their house. I'm not gonna ask. That would be rude. Just gonna hope. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll say I have to use the bathroom. I don't know. Maybe they'll just let me in. People tend to be very, very nice to me. So, but I'm going to peep their house out in one of their videos and see if I can get a feel for like the color scheme or something like that. And maybe I'll take them a set of coasters or some of my wine stoppers or something. So, Anyways, but anyway, going to be doing the majority of the live streams here. I think it's time to grow this channel, blow it up, and just become a star. Just a star. No. Anyways, yeah, everything I think, but thank you, Sarah. Well, you know I did do a lot of research for a while. I was just like, I thought I was saturated in it. You know, there were times where it was heavy. I don't know how many of those um, live streams that you guys were part of. Uh, there were, I broke down and cried a couple of times. It was too much. It was just too much. But you know, her former her former parole officer Jimmy Wilson had said, he said, you know, he said, I've read a lot of books, and I know an author of one. He had done a show, you know, a while back with the author of one of the books, and he said, read a lot of books about her, and he said, you really should write a book. He said, you're better. You know more. You have a better understanding of it and a better delivery. And I thought, wow, you know, coming from a guy who knew her, was there, and so yeah, thank you, Sarah. It was important to do. It was important to do it in a respectful way. So, anyways, and again, out of respect, when I kind of do, I'm not going to call it a recap of it because people on YouTube haven't seen it, but when I redo it, when I do a new series about her for YouTube, I'm not going to involve him because it was just a little too hard on him afterwards. So, enough said about that. So, deep breath. We're back. I thought today we would talk about courage. And let me tell you something. I had gotten the idea last night that I thought it would be a good theme, and because I had, I'm just going to recap this for Trisha because she came in a little late, later, not late, never late, because I just had some issues syncing Google and YouTube, and I needed some people's help. And we started a little bit later today. I didn't have time to get a nice video, which I know we love. You don't be sorry, Trisha. I'm sorry for the way I worded that. You were not late. You were late. You just came in later, or you arrived exactly when you were meant to be. You know that. So I will not punish you. I actually found, I was going through some inventory the other day because I've been really busy getting ready for the launch of the business, right? And I came across some more yellow things that I saw for you that I had made for you, Trisha, to send to you, that didn't make the envelope the last time. So it's funny now because now whenever I see the color yellow, it's like Trisha's yellow. Trisha Fitzgerald's color. It's just Fitzpatrick color. It's just the way it is. It should be. There should be actually, Crayola should come up with a new, when they come up with a new box, they should have, you know, like there's cornflower blue and you know, Brigitte. There should be Fitzpatrick yellow. I think we should start a petition. Yeah. And I also think that Lipton Green Tea should sponsor my live streams because I've drank every single live stream I've ever done. like that, do you? Fitzpatrick. Yes, I think so. So let me tell you. So courage um, was something that I had thought last night would be a good topic to talk about today. And it could have been because, I was coming out of the creative writing live stream, and I was really noticing, and everybody in the creative writing crew was noticing the improvement in everybody's writing. And I said, I think my little brain thinks that it is it's confidence now that they're all having amongst themselves in the group. And you have to tell me what a sniggle shop is in a minute, Trisha. I think that they're amongst them in the writing group, they are having confidence to share with each other, and they feel really supportive, and they feel really safe and respected, and in that group, that crew that they have. And and that wasn't there the first writing challenge that I did with them, but it took courage for them to put their stuff out there. And so that's probably where the seed was planted to talk about courage today, because such good things come from it when we're courageous, right? When we have the courage to do what we think we can't do, or we're not capable of doing, or the reward on the other side, we're not worthy of it, right? Me too, because it probably would have been, me too, Nellie, because it probably would have been like claws, right? You could tell a lot of planning went into these Tuesday morning live streams, because that's the day garbage gets picked up. So every time the garbage truck goes by, we get an announcement. So, anyways, sometimes we think, maybe we think we don't deserve the reward on the other end of something. That can happen too. But that's right. We just love Brene. We love Brene Brown. So, but it's so funny, because the thought came to my head last night, and I thought, oh, yes, I want to talk about courage. And then this morning, while I was kind of trying to figure things out, and I'm not going to say who messengered me, but somebody sent me a messenger. I had sent somebody a gift, and somebody I don't know very well, somebody on Facebook, and let me see if I can find it. And what happened was I had posted something that showed some of the pens or something, right, that I do. And this person made a comment about the pen. Oh, I'm not even going to say the comment, because I don't want anybody to look at it. But she enjoyed that, and another member of her family really enjoyed this book, because you guys know I put those book pages and stuff, right? So I said, oh, well, let me send you some. Oh, no, you're not going to do that. I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. You just give me your address, right? So I sent her some. So then, that was a few weeks ago, right? So then I got this message from her this morning, and I just, again, you're going to understand why I'm talking about this in a minute, because I just find it so interesting. That I think that's really true. There are no such thing as coincidence. That energy attracts like energy. And so here I am thinking about courage, and what we're going to do today in positive affirmations, and I get this messenger from the person that I sent to, and so what it said, hi, I have a request, and sorry if any explanation gets too long. Can I have your address? I have a friend. He's more than that, but that's not important. He volunteered at Gilda's club, and I was a member. It was a long time dream to play the mountain dulcimer, and Gilda's club offered free lessons every Saturday morning. The lady who was teaching it was a breast cancer survivor. At the time, I was undergoing radiation treatment and was either getting sick or passing out, but I wanted to start with this group as soon as I found it. So no matter what, I showed up every Saturday morning. At first, I learned to play laying on the floor. I always got as close to the floor as I could because I was going to hit the floor eventually. So I got there on my terms. I ran past Terry at the front desk and up the stairs so fast before I got sick or passed out. A few people started commenting on the strange lady who played the dulcimer while lying on the floor. Terry came upstairs one morning just to see how I did this. I didn't know until later that's when he became determined to talk to me and find out who I was. Eventually, I finished treatment and began taking a seat with everybody else. I didn't run past him at the front desk, which gave him a chance to talk to me, and eventually we got to know each other. When he told me he was an artist, I became interested in him. After some time, we became friends, meeting outside of Gilda's club for meals, ice creams, or donuts, and always ending up at the Speed Art Museum, where we spent a lot of time talking. Eventually, I became a life study model for him, which is when we got very close. That was almost 10 years ago. We've managed to stay friends for a while now. He's well aware I'm socially awkward and have serious self-doubt, anxiety, and he seems determined to push me through it. He encourages self-expression. He knows I love embroidery, belong to the Embroidery Guild of America, and he always was wanting to see what I'm doing. He's the only person that I've shown anything to. And despite the great anxiety, I've actually gifted some things to him. I've dreamed of getting my Master Craftsman certification from the Embroidery Guild, and Terry's been encouraging me to pursue that. The only reason I am is because of him. I listened to him because when he told people he wanted to be an artist, they laughed because he's colorblind. He ignored everyone and pursued his dream. He's not Van Gogh, but he's made a name for himself. I showed him the pen and bookmark you sent me and told him you made them. He responded, "How nice. You should send her something," which I have resisted. I have resisted that idea since he said it. But now it's become almost a mission of his to have me see this through. The other day, he said again he thought this is important for me to do and get past the anxiety and just do it. His encouragement and support has always been important to me. And right now, he is saying, send her something you made back. I told him I would try or think about it. He just waves that off with a no. Stop that. Just do it. I'm meeting him for dinner today. Well, you call it lunch. And I'm sure this will come up. So I'm taking a first step and asking for your address. If he's going to commit to hours of listening to me say I can't do this, and him saying yes, you can, then maybe I can. Sorry, it's a long explanation. Seems important to say before I start this. I'd like to tell him over dinner that the first step has been taken, and I committed myself to this idea, and trust him when he says I will benefit from this. So that was very, very early this morning. I think she sent it to me about 4:30 in the morning. So got back to her at 8:30, and I was hoping couldn't remember where she lived, and I was hoping the time difference wasn't so great that I had missed to give her the address before she went to lunch, because I wanted her to be able to tell her friend that she asked and she received. So my response was, "Oh my goodness, well, of course you can have my address. I'm sure it was on the envelope, but that's probably long gone by now. I hate the idea of you being pressured to give me a gift, though, LOL. The pens and bookmark did not require anything more than your enjoyment. Here's my address." And then I said, "Can I ask why you have resisted this idea? Is it because he's asking you to send something that you have created? It can be a bit scary to put something out into the world that we have created with our hands and our heart, especially when it's something we treasure and enjoy immensely. Because what if someone doesn't like it? Is that a reflection of me? Does it mean I should give it up? Etc. Putting ourselves and our art into the world and into someone else's hands is scary, but the rewards far outweigh the risk. I can assure you that whatever you choose to send, should you decide to send anything, it will be enjoyed, admired, treasured, and looked upon with gratitude. Have a great day." And she got right back to me and said, "Exactly. And that's exactly why it's so hard for me." And Terry understands that as well. He wants me to show what I do and have me see that I won't be judged harshly and criticized, and that sharing your work with someone can be a pleasure, not painful. And it's possible for someone to actually enjoy something I made. I just have to do that first, and then it might get easier for me. So my final response to her, and I haven't heard back. I hope she's at lunch, celebrating and being rewarded for taking her first step. My final response to her, and I think you're gonna now. I think you're now getting a sense of why I just find it wonderful that this came to me 8 hours after I decided to do this live stream about courage today. Look what appears in my messenger box. Someone struggling with the courage to put themselves out there. I told her, I said, he's absolutely right. And it seems that I assessed the situation correctly. So as an artist, I understand. You will put yourself and your art out there when you feel comfortable, but it seems that you may not find that place until you're pushed. As a child at the public swimming pool, I would tread water and watch enviously as the other kids climbed the high dive ladder and jumped into the pool with wild abandonment and pure joy. Oh, how I wanted to do that, to feel that, to experience everything I saw on their faces before they plunged into the deep end of the pool. Time and time again, I would march to the diving board with determination that I would get in line for that high dive. Time after time, I would lose my courage and jump off the low board, which had by now lost my excitement, my heart, and my respect. One day, I got into the high dive line. I was terrified. Every step I took as my turn approached, I was filled with dread, regret, and a certainty that sudden death was imminent. Finally, my time arrived, and with my heart in my stomach and my knees knocking, I climbed the ladder. The diving board stretched out before me like a gangplank. I got to the edge and looked down. Death by chlorine and public humiliation awaited me. Of that, I was sure. I started to turn to go back. I needed to get off that diving board. The kids waiting in line were getting impatient, but even worse, I now had the lifeguard's attention. Every kid's nightmare at the public pool, right? That's the nightmare. Come on, get down, jump. I was holding up the other kids' joy. I was becoming a social outcast right there. I wanted to die. I couldn't go back down. I couldn't live there on that board. So I apologized to the gods for all my childhood sins and left off the edge. It was fantastic. Amazing. A short flight and a reward of liquid bliss. When I came up out of the water, I gazed quite adoringly up at that high dive before swimming over to the side of the pool, climbing out, and jumping back in line to do it again. The little kid's lowboard had lost another customer, and I would never use it again. And though occasionally I would still feel a little fear when I tried a new dive or my first flip off the high dive, I would push through it and just do it because the joy outweighed the fear of failure or embarrassment. I'm not going to say her name, so blank. We're just going to put in everyone. You need to just jump. I have not heard back from her. I don't even know if she got that, but how amazing that came right before this. So I hope, I don't hope she does it because I want a gift. I hope she does it because the real gift that she'll be giving will actually be to herself. I imagine that her work is beautiful. I think all art is beautiful. But she's so sensitive that I bet it's breathtaking. And I just want to, I see why her friend is determined that she's going to do this. And so I hope she does. And I will share it with you if she does, because that would be a hip hip hooray for her, right? So maybe I'll share what she sent me. I don't. if she sends me anything, I don't know what size it's going to be, but I'm already determined that I'm going to frame it and it's going to go up on the studio wall. So we will see, and you will see. Okay, but it is scary. It's scary to put ourselves out there. It not just with art. It's scary to put ourselves out there socially, right? It's scary sometimes to raise your hand in class. It's scary sometimes to come up with an idea or speak out at work. Okay, it can be scary to assert boundaries, try a new career, try a new hairstyle. If you have disabilities or other limitations, it can add another layer to that. I certainly had that, when I began doing this. Always scary to put ourselves out there, but as Sarah says, it's a compliment to you that her friend trusts you. She must have spoken highly of you. Sarah, I really don't know her. I can't remember even maybe how we became acquainted. We are Facebook friends, so I'm assuming that it was something from Hago, that something like that, or she, attended my tours when I was there. Anyway, I mean, I knew roughly who she was when she sent me the friend request, and so that, and so I'll see her posts on her feed, and I'll comment or react to those, and she does that a lot to mine. But other than that, I don't really know her. We never talked on Messenger. Like a lot of you, I've had a lot of conversations with on Messenger. This, other than the exchange when I wanted to send her the pens and whatnot, was the first time we'd even ever messengered, I don't know her, so I don't know what she could possibly have said about me. I probably more think that her friend is taking an opportunity to get her to put her stuff out there, right? It's an opportunity for her to do that, but who knows where it can lead for her. And so I think the point I was getting at was, it is so scary to put ourselves out there and assert ourselves in a variety of life situations, right? It's totally easy to be ourselves, in our own home, in our own comfort zone. But to get out, step out, and not know how you're going to be received is scary. But when you do that, no man is an island, right? When you do that and you put yourself out there, and nobody walks through the world alone, even if we live alone and are single or whatever. At some point, all of our lives rub up against another person's life, right? Somehow she and I had an interaction where she felt compelled to send me a Facebook friend request, and I was accepting of it because, as I said, I cannot remember the beginnings of it, but I felt comfortable with doing that. And then just seeing a comment and about the pens and stuff, and I was like, of course I'm going to send her and her granddaughter some things. And now that in turn presented an opportunity for somebody who does know her and love her and really appreciates her abilities and her art, and that has presented an opportunity for someone who cares deeply about her and wants her to overcome some of this self-doubt and anxiety, and wants her to share her gift with the world. Okay, it's not about sharing the gift with me. It's about having courage and taking that first step. And her comment and me sending the pen presented an opportunity that now could change her life and her take tremendously. Her take on any self-doubt that she has. The scales may start to become not so unbalanced. So where confidence is down here, I look like an Egyptian. I look like those aren't even my arms. How strange. Where confidence is down here and self-doubt is up here, scales maybe start to move, right? So, of course, he wants it to be a positive experience for her, of course. So, meant to be, yes. And serendipity, beautiful word, wonderful word. I'm telling you, Sarah, like I couldn't have planned this. It just, yes, serendipity, 100% all the way. But I thought you guys would appreciate hearing those messenger, okay? And I think you did. And it timed in beautifully, and it's a beautiful example of real life struggle. The struggle is real for courage and self-confidence. And I'm not and Trisha, I'm not gonna put words in your mouth or speak for you. I'm gonna ask you, Trisha, puts herself out there. She gives lovely, 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 lovely tours. I miss them desperately, but though I stopped being a guide, I'm still a voyager. I have resisted going on tours because I don't want it to be a distraction. Oh my God, you're here. Where have you been? Where'd you go? All that. I don't want to distract anybody's tours right now. We're going to let a little more time pass. Trisha gives lovely tours. And if you haven't checked her out, please. But Trisha, you know that while as guides, we get up in front of that camera and we guide with some knowledge and authority, and we're kind of in our comfort zone. It took a lot of guts to do it the first time, right? We might look really confident, but the first couple times were rough. So I'm kind of now. If I could just master technology, I would have it easy. You're welcome, Trisha. I would have it so easy because I don't really necessarily have to worry about app issues or things like that anymore. Though I do plan to get out and about and start doing some more things out and about. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna name it, but I probably will get out and start doing some things. But so my confidence when I do something from home like this is better, but nobody's confident all the time, especially on camera. Um, you're going to talk about putting yourself out there. But, I mean, Trisha, you get on camera and uh, I remember the first time I did, I just wanted to die. I just thought, oh no, this is just, what am I doing with, why? When did I think this was a good idea? Which is that if I had an autobiography, that would probably be the title, because I've said it so many times in my life. When did I think that this was a good idea? Right? Um, anyways, everybody struggles with it, and it takes courage. Okay, so oh, sorry, I forgot to turn notifications off. I have a video chat with somebody, a little bit of video meeting. She was saying, "Oh, can't wait to see you." So, all right, so we already did a little reading today, but let's see. I didn't look up a reading about courage for today. I don't even know. I guess I could see in this book. It might be easier. Hold on. And it is. And there's nothing about courage. How could that be? How could there be nothing about courage? Well, that's all right. We know what comes with courage: empowerment. So we'll just go to empowerment. Let's see, there's two of them. We'll go to the closest one so I don't hold anybody's life up. And here we go. Empowerment. You can think, you can make good decisions, and you can make choices that are right for you. Yes, we all make mistakes from time to time, but we are not mistakes. We can make a new decision that takes new information into account. We can change our mind from time to time. That's our right too. We don't have to be intellectual to make good choices. We have gifts and we have goals available to each of us, and the gift is called wisdom. Other people can think too, and that means we no longer have to feel responsible for other people's decisions. That also means that we are responsible for our choices. We can reach out to others for feedback. We can ask for information. We can take opinions into account, but it is our task to make our own decisions. It's our pleasure and our right to have our own opinions. We are each free to embrace and enjoy the treasure of our own mind, intellect, and wisdom. And the affirmation that goes with that says, today I will treasure the gift of my mind. I will do my own thinking, make my own choices, and value my opinions. I'll be open to what others think, but I will take responsibility for myself. I will ask for and trust that I'm being guided by my own divine wisdom. It takes courage to think for ourselves. It takes courage for us to believe in ourselves. It takes courage for us to have an opinion and then voice it. But my darlings, I was going to say sisters, but there may be some misters out there. So misters, sisters, you will reap the You are welcome, Trisha. You are welcome, Trisha. You are welcome, Sarah. You are welcome. And I thank you. I thank you for finding me and sticking with me and all that stuff. And let's see. To remind you, I also found these other little fun cards that I have. They have little questions on them because I want you to think and I want to remind you that you have traits that are wonderful and helpful in your life and that you should feel good about and confident about. This question that I will pose and I want you to think about is right back at you, Sarah, is you're going to be fine, Trisha. I told you we're going to build our YouTube channel. The question I posed to you, and I want you to think about it. Which of your personality traits have helped you the most in life? Okay, think about that. You have things that your friends know about you because it's a strong undercurrent in your life and things that you're known for, things that, whether you know it or not, are your go-tos, your go-to traits, your go-to characteristics, your go-to mindset, your go-to mentality when it's time to kick into problem solving or overcoming or helping somebody else out. You have those. What are they? Remind yourself of them. Remind yourself of them. Sarah says resilience. That's worth everything, right? Wonderful. Wonderful. Love that, Sarah. You think if I continuously make sure that the Lipton label is showing, they will send me some green tea to drink during my live stream? I need more subscribers. I'm going to keep doing it because wouldn't that be fantastic if it happened? They should. They really should. No, Sarah, thank yourself. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful quality. It's a wonderful trait. Good for you. Okay. Here is our big affirmation card. I release all criticism. Okay? Go release it. Back of it says, I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me every moment. Okay. Be kind, man. Just be nice. Be nice. Be nice to people. Be kind. Be gracious. Be gracious. Somebody shares something with you, a part of themselves, in whatever manner or shape or form, be gracious. They're giving you a gift when somebody shares a part of themselves with us. That's a gift, and it may be hard. Remember that messenger that I woke up to this morning. She doesn't really know me. She will probably never meet me in person, nor I. So she'll never have to look me in the eye. She could block me on Facebook, and never, never have to interact with me again. Yet it's hard for her to stick something in the mail. Even though it doesn't matter what I think. It's hard for her to do that and to share that. And let me tell you, I know it's going to be beautiful, but I wouldn't care if if it was the most atrocious thing I ever laid eyes on, I would be so gracious and just loving and kind in my acceptance of it, because it's a gift, and when somebody shares a part of themselves, be nice about it. Just be nice. My dogs are giving me a gift right now, and I'm struggling to be nice about it. When internally I'm going, my show. Okay, so our last one is I'm kind and I'm a good dog mom, and I'm not going to scream. Kind. Okay. So our last card is here's the kicker. They're gonna shut up as soon as I'm done. Every time, man. I am brave. I am bold. I am strong. I'm brave. I am bold. I'm strong. Oh my gosh, this totally goes with this one. Again, I didn't plan it. Did not plan it. What is my biggest strength? What challenges do I want to embrace? That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you this week. That's all I got. Be courageous. Be supportive when somebody else is being courageous. You know, we're all sharing this world and this experience with each other. And it doesn't matter how far apart we are. Lives rubbed together, and when that happens, we all have the opportunity to affect somebody else's life, and we have the responsibility to do that with as much kindness and grace as possible. You know how there's this big, they talk about when you recycle, that we need to recycle and we need to leave. We need to try to minimize our footprint on the planet, right? I think that we need to minimize any negative impact we have on each other. We need to walk a little more gentler. Okay, if that's a word, gently. Probably is the word. And I think that we need to recycle our junk until we can turn it in to something of use and that's good and valuable to other people. We don't just walk around and deposit our negativity on other people. Because whether you know it or not, we impact each other's lives. And you can be the difference in somebody's day. They could be right on the edge, and you could make it a good day and a good experience and restore their confidence and their, you can be their deep breath. We all take a deep breath and then we move on. for you guys. You never know um, what somebody's struggling with, and how you could help or hinder that struggle or that process. Okay? I really enjoyed having you all here. Um, thank you, Sarah. Well, I've always, I think I've always showed up as I am, wherever I've done, wherever, whatever platform I've done it on. Um, when you have this, there's not much point in just not showing up as who you are, and there's no value in it. There's no value in it. Okay, so yeah, all right. And I appreciate all of you because at times you have been very vulnerable, and I appreciate that. So I will hopefully see you all next week. Thank you for finding your way. I will try to adjust the time. Sarah, thank you as always for getting up so early every morning to join. And I believe we'll be doing creative visualization right here on Thursday. And I might be doing some other things too. I'm going to build this channel up. Trisha, you're going to do it with me, right? Okay. Have a fantastic rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, be it Tuesday, Wednesday, wherever you are. And be kind. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and find every single reason that you can to smile. Okay? See you guys next time.